The Dutch have done it yet again. Today, Kolkata will truly be the city of joy for the Dutch cricket team because, breaking news, in this World Cup, we have seen the Netherlands pull off yet another win, this time by absolutely crushing Bangladesh by 87 runs and ensuring that Bangladesh now are the first team to officially be knocked out in the semi final race in this ICC Cricket World Cup 2023. What a phenomenal performance yet again from the Dutch, who have shown that they have come into this World Cup not by fluke, not by accident. They are here to come and play and win. And after the South Africa win, we thought that okay, maybe this is the last time that the Dutch might win a match in this World Cup. But they have put on a clinical display that has even outshone Bangladesh, a test playing nation, by the way, in the form of Bangladesh. 87 runs at the Eden Gardens is a reflection of the gulf that is there. And one will now really have to start questioning the legitimacy as to why Bangladesh got test status, and that too, they are now regularly featuring in the top tiers, because now this performance from Bangladesh is nothing short of embarrassing, because now 6 games, only one win, that too they won against Afghanistan in Dharamshala in their first game. But against the Dutch, they were outbowled, outbatted, and the fielding was top notch indeed. And that's why you wonder, why did even Bangladesh even bother to show up and play if they had to put in this kind of a performance? Because remember, Netherlands, once again, their grit and their determination ensured that they came back in this match. Scott Edwards. Let's start with the captain, Scott Edwards himself. On 8, he edged Mustafizur Rahman to slip. In Gully rather, Lytton Das dropped a catch, and that's when the likes of Scott Edwards made 68. 68 runs, and from a very precarious position, the tail yet again, Logan Van Beek, yet again showed his class. And because of that, he managed to ensure Netherlands got to 229. Consider this fact, Netherlands could have been bundled out for under 200. Yet again, the lower order upset them, and that is why 229 was a great score. Mehdi Hassan Miraz at 23 for 2, you wondered, okay, maybe Bangladesh will stutter yet again. But Mehdi Hassan Miraz got some good runs going, 35. You thought that, okay, maybe it was a small blip. But Paul van Meckeren, remember, he was the same bowler who ensured that Netherlands would come back in the contest against South Africa. He put on a brilliant display with 3 wickets. Shakib gone, Rahim gone, and Mehdi Hassan gone. At that time, you felt that it was game over for Bangladesh, because the way how Netherlands ran through their middle order, it just did not look anything. And looking at the pace, bounce, and the spin that was available on this Eden Gardens deck, it was very, very surprising indeed. And the spell by Van Meckeren, 3 wickets, ensured that Bangladesh just did not have a chance. Mahmudullah hung in, but once Mahmudullah got out, the final few moments where Taskin and Mustafizur ensured that they would frustrate the Netherlands a bit. They did frustrate them, but in the end, a meek surrender and capitulation by the Bangladesh cricket team. You often wonder, why on earth would they want to play this kind of a performance in a World Cup? Then why would you even want to come here? It should have traditionally been Bangladesh going through the World Cup qualifiers and Netherlands getting a straight in. That is the way how it is. So, the stars of the show, Paul van Meckeren with 4 wickets. Fittingly, he finished up the game, and that is when the highest score for Bangladesh was 35 by Mehdi Hassan Miraz. Looking at this Netherlands batting lineup, it was Scott Edwards with 68, who showed how he is. The likes of Shakib, the likes of Rahim, the likes of Mahmudullah, the likes of all the other established Bangladesh cricketers, they just had no answers to this semi-professional Dutch unit. If you thought this is the lowest point, consider this. In 2003, Bangladesh lost to Canada. That was the lowest point at this point for Bangladesh. And here, a team that has been on the international test cricket circuit for 20 plus years, they have capitulated meekly to Bangladesh. And that is why you imagined, I mean, they were taking it very, very casually. Consider the shot that Lytton Das played. He tried to paddle a spinner when there was turn on offer, and that too when he had just started to get going. Why? inexperience and absolute lack of game awareness has ensured that Bangladesh have suffered their worst humiliation, and they are the first team to get eliminated from the playoff race. 6 matches, 1 win, 5 losses. They can only get to 8. Not possible in whatever circumstances. So, Bangladesh, I would rather say it is not an upset, because that's when the title I mentioned. Netherlands have crushed Bangladesh. And it was evident right from the very beginning, 100 for 8, you are just not making any kind of progress. And that's why Netherlands, full credit to them. I mean, we all thought that perhaps Netherlands are a team of semi-professionals. They'll just come, have fun. There was a very condescending question that was posed to them in the Delhi match. Oh, you are here for the experience, isn't it? No. Netherlands are here to play. Netherlands are here to ensure that they pull off upsets. I mean, South Africa was no flash in pan. They did it in 2022. They've done it in 2023. Now they are simply on top now by crushing Bangladesh. And remember, now it is serious concerns have to be raised about Bangladesh cricket. I mean, the state of cricket that they are playing, especially the players. Some players can take the liberty, go to Dhaka, train, come back to Kolkata. And the controversies that plagued them prior to the start of the World Cup, the Tamim Shakib confrontation, that didn't help at all. So now their campaign is in absolute tatters at this point. And let us make one more thing here. Shoaib Ali, I mean, one of the Bangladesh superfans who has been passionately following cricket and who's been passionately ensuring that he goes with the team each and every time. Even I feel very, very bad for him, because he embodies Bangladesh cricket and the spirit that they show, the passion that they show, but his team are just not backing him to the hilt. I remember one poster that was put up at the Eden Gardens. Bangladesh always only thinks about the next World Cup. That next World Cup was really, really a jibe at Shakib Al Hasan, when he said, I wish we finished 5th or 6th. Oh, our focus is on the next World Cup. He had made such very obscure statements after every Bangladesh loss. So, as compared to 2019, wherein they put in a little bit of a better performance, here it's just been a meek surrender by Bangladesh. And you have to understand, like, the batters in particular. I mean, the fielding, they dropped Scott Edwards, and that was enough for them to be made to pay. And remember, catches win matches. The same catching, the Dutch did it better than the Bangladesh fielders. And that's why serious questions have to be asked. Even Chandrika Hatru Singhe, he'll also have to figure out what is going on. I mean, they have a coaching lineup which is far more star-studded than the Dutch ever imagined to be. Alan Donald is there. There is also Chandrika Hatru Singhe. Yet, despite all this, Bangladesh have achieved a capitulation that is unlike any. And many people will say that, is this the lowest of the low? I think they haven't even touched the lowest of the low. There have been several moments. I thought 2003, when they lost to Canada in the World Cup, that was their ultimate low point. Since then, they have had several low points, not one against any perpetual, you may say, big nations in World Cup events. T20 World Cups, they have always failed to dazzle, and that's why it's not good news at all. And it'll be very interesting to see what the reaction will be for Bangladesh fans and journalists, because remember, they have always been pretty hard on the Bangladesh team. Shakib Al Hasan, remember, this is just a temporary basis that he's the captain. After that, after this World Cup debacle, I see that he may never be appointed the captain. That's the situation. So, it is a very, very horrid situation that they have. 229, 142. I mean, how can they be having, even, I mean, some people are saying Raj Das Gupta saying they're missing Tamim. No, I don't think so. I mean, even if Tamim was there, the margin of victory for Netherlands would have been 47 rather than 87. They aren't missing Tamim Iqbal at the top. Tamim's presence would have made not much of a difference at all for Bangladesh at this point. So, that's the situation that we have. I mean, we are waiting for some comments, and I was quite surprised. I was very, very surprised with the way how the Eden wicket played out. Normally, you would want pace and bounce at this point. There would be skiddiness on offer, but there was nothing. It was spin, bounce, and also the amount of turn that Aryan Dutt was getting. It was truly very surprising that this was the same Eden Gardens deck on which they managed to bowl Bangladesh. Or Bangladesh, for their array of spinners and for their pacers, they should have restricted Netherlands to less than 200. But that didn't happen. And that is why this loss will hurt them far, far more. It will just ensure that Bangladesh have a lot of soul searching to do. For the Netherlands, they have done it. They have won two games in the history of their World Cup involvements. They had only gotten three wins prior to this. Now they have gotten it to four. This World Cup alone, two big wins. And that's why it's a great, great day for Dutch cricket. And for many people like Logan Van Beek, there was a question asked even back home. The Dutch were mocking, some Dutch anchors were mocking the Dutch cricket team as if, oh, they are just doing a 9 to 5 job. I mean, I understand where the sentiment comes from. Netherlands has always been a football nation. They've never been a cricket nation. And cricket is played only by expatriates and all the others who settled there. But this World Cup, there has been a big sea change. And Dutch cricket, the likes of, you saw Wesley Baresi, the veteran of Dutch cricket for over a decade, he was there. And the likes of Peter Boren and all the others who have ensured, Tom Cooper prior to them, who have ensured Netherlands at least have a standing in world cricket. Now, this bunch, the likes of Paul Van Meckeren, remember, an Uber Eats driver during COVID, he had to make ends meet by doing this kind of job. Cricket was stalled in the Netherlands. He did it. Today, he's taken 4 wickets at the Eden Gardens. Where else would you get that kind of a situation? So, let's take some questions. And Freaking Awesome is saying, I watched only a few overs. Some movement was there and the wicket assessment too. It's not going to be easy for South Africa. India need to play first 10 overs cautiously. I think it may be a different pitch. That's the situation. I think it'll be a different pitch where India and South Africa will play. It won't be the same like we saw today. But yeah, the nature of the Kolkata wicket was quite different. I mean, this World Cup, they have possibly altered the strips in a way wherein they get everything, the assistance for the pacers and for the spinners as well. Decks, why they surrender so easily in every match? I wish there was an answer to that. There was a clear cut answer to that. But Bangladesh, I mean, I'm sorry, they are not test caliber. They aren't, it was rushed, and I don't see them making any kind of things. I mean, you may have won a couple of games against Australia. You may have won it at home. You may have won in Cardiff. You may have beaten England. You may have done all these things, but I'm sorry, when it comes to the greatest stage of all, Test cricket and World Cups, there is a serious doubt in their temperament when it comes to the Bangladesh team. Mirage rules, Yahoo, my Netherlands, I'm telling you, top four loading, Mirage rules, come on. Come on, Mirage rules. You're saying a top four at this point when Netherlands have gotten to four. They can realistically get to only 10. Realistically. And on top of that, Australia or New Zealand will have to get to 10 also. So, as far as net run rate is concerned and all that, come on, Mirage rules. I don't see that happening at all. Let's be very realistic at this point. Sure, if they make the top four, then I will really ensure that you get a special mention on Sports Today every single time. King D is saying, Bangladesh is playing cricket for so long now. It's a cricket crazy country. They are still not progressing in cricket. They have not progressed. They have digressed, in fact. And let me tell you honestly, I reiterate it even on air, Bangladesh did not deserve test status in 2000. They just did not. Looking at the way how associate nations are playing at this point, there are no associate nations. Bangladesh might even struggle to beat them. So, it is not a good sign for Bangladesh cricket whatsoever. Bangladesh was growing fast in 2000, early to the freaking was. After that, their growth was stagnant and not going anywhere. In fact, it is going backwards now. You just echoed my sentiment, what I said about 2 minutes ago. Zakaria has been constantly pinging me and saying, Siddharth, Oz will lose to England and Afghanistan. And he yet again made one more comment stating that Oz will lose to England and Afghanistan. How? Australia are playing Afghanistan in Mumbai. Sure, Afghanistan are a great team, but remember, Australia raised their A game when it's needed. So, maybe Australia will lose to England. I agree that maybe in Ahmedabad, but this England team is so low on confidence. I don't know how they will beat them, but yes, they are in with a good shout. Raj Dasgupta, after Shakib, Mushfiq, Mahmood, Tamim, what Bangladesh will do? Their tough times are only becoming. If you thought that with the presence of these legends, Bangladesh cricket is at an all-time low, when these four go, Bangladesh cricket is in even greater strife. I don't see them even reaching any kind of T20, you may say even a Champions Trophy T20 knockouts. I don't even see them. In fact, I see them struggling to win even 1 or 2 games also in the near future, if that's the case. So, any chance for Netherlands in the rest of the games? Well, see, Netherlands do have a chance, Raj Dasgupta, but they also take on some very tough opponents. They take on England. That's one of the games wherein they can achieve a victory. Netherlands, on the other hand, they also take on Afghanistan. One of them will definitely win. So, It's not going to be easy. Netherlands can technically end with 3 or 4 wins. That's how it is. How did Afghanistan lose to this team, King D? I am also stunned. Of all the teams, Afghanistan had to lose to this Bangladesh unit in Dharamshala. They'll be kicking themselves because Afghanistan, if they have to ensure that they had to get into the top four, they needed to win against Bangladesh. They didn't. And it's even more frustrating considering that Bangladesh, they had actually been beaten by Afghanistan in their home series. They lost here. So that's why it is going to be a real big situation. South Africa way above the Dutch in table. I mean, Dex, I agree, but Netherlands defeated South Africa. That's the one loss that they have. You cannot change that, Dex. So in that sense, I got some more comments. Angad Khurana is saying, think it's the focus on T20 formats has been baffling the biggies. For Netherlands and Afghanistan, the very fact that they've primarily been adapted to 50 over game is clearly visible in their composure. Agree, Angad. Totally agree with your comment. And Sachin Kashyap, Bangladesh rattled by Dutch bowling, turning point for me, 2 catches, 46 for 4 if I'm right. You're right, Sachin Kashyap. The spell by Paul van Meckeren and the catching was next level altogether from the Dutch. And that's why I could see some more comments. New Zealand will lose to Pakistan, South Africa. Zakaria saying they might. They very well might. But then New Zealand's one game is against Sri Lanka. That will be a do or die for them if that situation happens. So Dutch will have nothing to lose. They will spoil many teams' party. Raj Dasgupta, absolutely. Gopal Krishnan is like saying, will Bangladesh replace Shanto with Hridoy? Hridoy does have better consistency, but it's like choosing a rock and a hard place, Gopal Krishnan. Tawhid Hridoy yet again has not set the stage on fire. So that's why I'm wondering how can he come in that situation. So Caspian thoughts, troll as much as you can. We do not deserve to play cricket. Sorry, he is a Bangladesh cricket fan, but I'm sorry, Caspian. I mean, the performances that they did today, it was very sad. And remember, Bangladesh is, you know that they can do it. You know that they have the capability, but that's been the case for 20 plus years. They have never delivered on this point. So South Africa lost against Dutch yet at first position. Dex, I know, but still, what can you do about it? So you don't see freaking awesome saying news. You don't see New Zealand bowling go for so many runs. When they do, you can assume how the wicket is. As I told you, Aussie bowling struggles a lot in flat wickets for a while. Amazing effort. I mean, what a match that was. James Neesham, I mean, that tweet that he had mentioned, don't play the game, retire at the age of 60, and that all that. It does come back to bite you. And Jimmy James Douglas Sheehan Neesham, one hopes that he could have just ensured at that time. Sachin Kashyap was saying, Sri Lanka will be dangerous team at this time, addition of Angelo Matthews. Indeed, they have been galvanized with the addition of Angelo. So I think it's going to happen. Zakaria saying, Siddharth, imagine Pak qualify for semis. I can't think about it. Honestly, I cannot think about it because, see, Pakistan also have a potential banana skin against England. They'll win against Bangladesh for sure, but then they have got New Zealand and England. That's not going to be easy at all for them. So that is the situation that we have. And for the Dutch, it's a great day yet again. They have managed to beat Bangladesh and ensure that they are in this. Scott Edwards, the captain, stated, I think it was easy to be fair. We only had 2 days off. We are straight into traveling and into our plans. The system is getting a bit more professional in Netherlands. We train incredibly hard. I mean, remember, it was not easy for the Netherlands to bounce back after the 309 run marauding that they had against the Aussies. But they have shown the grit, the mental strength. They have just gone in that sense. So William Salibek is like asking me, City Boy, will Bangladesh have to play alongside the English? Maybe that's the situation that's there. Shakib Al Hassan, I thought we bowled very well. We should have restricted them to 160, 170. We have been very poor with the bat throughout the tournament. This is as bad as it gets. Spoken, Shakib, very spoken the truth. It is very difficult from here. We need to take this on our chin. Throughout this tournament, we have been struggling, very unlike the Bangladesh team. The fans have been supporting us through ups and downs. If I was a Bangladesh fan, I would have surrendered my fanship about 10, 15 years ago with the kind of way how they're performing both on the field and off the field here. Paul van Meckeren is like saying, pretty special day. We said earlier we want to go till the semis, and for that we need to win games. Aryan Dutt and Vanbeek kept things tight, and 20 minutes of fielding drills. We have been working on our fielding. Every training session we do 20 minutes. Scott Edwards and Cybrand Engelbrecht got a bit of momentum for us by building that partnership. So, Bangladesh, with this, they have now become the only team to lose to 4 associate nations. full member nation losing to 4 associate nations: Canada, Kenya, Ireland, Netherlands. Imagine. That is the situation that they've had. So, it's a sad, sad day for Bangladesh cricket, but it's a great day for the Netherlands. And it is truly a testament that the associate nations are growing. Bangladesh, on the other hand, they seem to be going down and down and down. So thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this live. We'll be back with more updates on Sports Day. Tomorrow, it is India versus England. It is going to be a titanic tussle indeed at the Ekana Stadium. Join us for that, and thank you so much for all the comments and questions. Good night, and don't forget to download the SportsTak mobile app for all the information you need in English and Hindi. Bye-bye.